Hi everybody, thank you for watching my video. And I'm just going to do a real short one today, hopefully. And the reason I'm doing it is because I was in this training earlier today, and one of the questions was, why don't people share their big goals? And for me, what I thought was that people didn't share their big goals because maybe they weren't so sure, that maybe they lacked that confidence that they could actually do whatever it is, or have what they want, those kind of things. Or maybe it's because maybe they didn't have like a supportive group of people around them. And that was partially right in what they said was why people don't share their big goals. And when I say big goals, let me clarify with that, because what I mean is not something that is a goal, mind you, like, I want to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds, that kind of a goal, or maybe even a goal of, I want to renovate my bathroom. I want to have a jet tub in my bathroom. Those kind of things. Those are fantastic goals. But when I say a big goal, I mean, think of the biggest thing right now that you can think of. Like the biggest thing that you can think of that you want. The biggest thing you can think of that you want. Think of that. And then see if you can make that even bigger. Okay? See if you can make it even bigger. But we could start with just the big goal, or you could go with the super big goal and say, okay, who are you sharing this with? Who are you sharing that you want this, that you want to go for this, that you are going to go for this? Who is it that you're sharing this with? And I'll let you think about that for a minute, because you may not be exposing yourself as far as what you really want, how big you really want, that sort of thing. Okay, so say you want to be a six-figure income earner. That's a pretty big goal. That's a pretty big goal. I'm not going to lie. I heard yesterday of people who are such really cool, nice, down-to-earth freaking people. And they are seven-figure income earners. It was like, whoa, it blew my mind, because my experience, and this is just my experience, so my experience is that a lot of the people who I've come across in the past, who had a great deal of wealth as far as income and things like that, were a bit snobby, and they just weren't really a lot of nice people, in my past. For instance, I had one guy who at one time, he literally pulled out this stack of bills that was full. He pulled out his money clip, and it was full. He had a bunch of money there, and he flipped it at me, and he's like, "You have no idea. You have no idea." And he did it in such a condescending way that I was like, "What a freaking jerk!" Now, and that's how I thought then. Okay, that's how I thought then. And when I say then, I'm talking 20 years ago then. But obviously, it left a lasting impression on me. So that's how I felt then, was what a freaking jerk. Now today, if somebody did something like that, they took out this money clip, gold money clip, and had this wad of money and was like, "You have no idea." My thought of this process was this person, I would feel bad for them. I would feel bad for them, because that's their value. That's their value. And it sounds, from this point of view, at this time, it sounds like, maybe that's his validation, where he's like, well, I've got this money, so that means I'm worth something, Meanwhile, I know the guy very well, and he had a lot of money. He was freaking miserable. He was miserable. He trusted nobody. And his friends weren't his friends. He was suspicious of everybody. He had a huge house that was gorgeously decorated. course, right? I mean, he had somebody come in and decorate it for him. But he had a big piano, didn't even know how to play the piano. It was just all for show. And so, but if he had a guest party over or anything like that, literally after they left, he would go around checking to see if somebody stole something from him. It was like so bizarre. But back to the reason of the video is that you need to share your biggest, hairiest, audacious goal that you have with people who get you're crazy. They get that you're crazy. They're like, yes, you are freaking crazy, and I love you for being so crazy, but you can do this because I know you, and I know how amazing and awesome and what you have inside of you. If you just, what you can do with that. Those are the kind of people that you need to share your goal with. Okay, oftentimes what they said today was that we don't share because we're embarrassed. We're embarrassed because we're not there yet. And other people are going to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure you are. Sure you are. Sure you will. Sure you'll have this. Sure you'll have that. Okay. And a lot of people are like, stop your talking and, do the action kind of thing. Which of course is also very, very valid, right? You can't just be all talk and no action. If you're going to share your goal, share your goal again with people who believe in you. People, what they say that the quote says, surround yourself with people whose eyes light up when you walk into the room. How amazing is that, right? Think about that. Every time you walk into the room, if you walk into the room and people are like, oh my God, I'm so glad to see you, woo, and they come up and they hug. That's me. That's the kind of person I am. I'm like, I will hug you. If you're that kind of person, it's like, oh yeah, I love you, and I'm gonna give you hugs and double high fives, and yes, you can do it. But those are the kind of people that you want to surround yourself with. You don't want to surround yourself with people who are like, it's another day. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, it's the weekend. Yay, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the weekend. And then they do nothing worth anything over the weekend. And then they complain about their job. They complain about their life. They complain about this. They complain about that. And you're like, why don't you do something that makes yourself happy? Do something for somebody else. Contribute to society in some way. Make the world a better place. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better about your life. And they will, because that's been a scientifically proven thing, is that that's where a lot of joy and happiness comes from, is by doing for others. So like I have To the Next Chapter, which, it's a work in progress. It's slow. I believe in digging deep versus digging, spreading fast. I want deep, good roots for my youth services organization, for marginalized youth who have a turbulent past or are currently in a turbulent kind of life, who need and want help. So there's that, which just excites the hell out of me every time I think about it. It's also very frustrating because I get a lot of no's, but that goes with the process of things. It does. You have to be able to accept those no's. You do. And if you post things like this video, you're going to get people who are going to criticize you. Oh, your hair is, you look stupid. Oh, you keep looking at it. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, whatever. But, and then I had my Embrace Life fitness and coaching that I had. I think I started that back in 2006, where it was life coaching and it was fitness, personal training and nutrition. And I had let that go for a little bit, and people have been kind of like asking about it, like, what's going on with that? Are you still doing that? And so after attending Influencer Summit, with Brennan Burchard, and it was like, you know what, that was something you also really enjoyed doing. This is working with adults, and adults who You want to have a bigger life that's bigger than the fear that they have. So people who are like, oh, this is a scary one. This is a scary one. That's freaking awesome. That is awesome. That is like the high five stuff. That is so cool. When people are like, I've got this goal, but you know what? I don't know where to start. And they're like, what if this happens? What if that happens? And you know what? Uncertainty is normal. Hesitation is normal. Those things that you look at, you're like, but what if this bad thing happens? What if that bad things happen? Everything is fixable. Everything is fixable. And to be honest, what if we flip it? What if this great thing happens? What if this great thing happens? What if this great thing happens? Or what if you learn this? You fail? Freaking congratulations. Congratulations. Because you know what? You did something and you learned something that you didn't know before. Now you know now, and it's a new place to start, right? And I wish I had some of these quotes in front of me. I'll be better prepared next time, because I think it was Henry Ford who had said, if you fail, congratulations, something to that effect, but it gives you a new chance to start again. So, which is so true, because failure is not final until you make it final. Then it's failure, and then you can sit there and say how, well, but when I hear of people who took that risk and they went out there and yes, I have heard stories of people who are saying, you know what, I took this risk and I lost everything, right? I lost everything. And when they say everything, they didn't really lose everything. I mean, wow, I lost everything. No, you didn't lose everything. No, you didn't. Did you lose your house? Okay, is that everything? I hope not. I hope that's not everything. Are you still alive today? Yes, you are, because you're talking to me straight face to face. You didn't lose your life. You just have to pick up pieces, stick them back together again. You may have to move them around again, and whatever. Use the super glue or what have you. But you didn't lose everything. In fact, you may have gained a whole lot more than what you realize. And I think that's the truth in a lot of cases. Because you learn a little bit about yourself. You learn a little bit about your character. And you learn how to get back up and move forward. And it's experience. It's an experience that not everybody gets, not everybody has. Success is also a fantastic experience that we all hope that we get like time after time after time. But isn't that what life is? Isn't that what life is? Life is all about experiences. The good, the bad, it's all perspective. What works this way? You know what? If we move it just a little bit this way, boom, boom. Right? It takes off. And all you have to do is just like move it over just a little bit. It like takes off, and then you're successful. So, that risk factor, I think it was Zig Ziglar. Again, wish I had my quotes in front of me. But Zig Ziglar, I think he's talking about risky. You want to know risky? Life is risky. How risky is life? You're not going to make it out alive. So, obviously that's probably not the exact quote that he did, but you can look it up if you want to know, and I'll try to post it just in case. But the point of the matter is, oh my gosh, we don't know when our final moment here is. We just don't know. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years. But oh my gosh, don't have that regret. Don't live with that regret for whatever amount of time that we have left. Whatever we have left. Go out, figure out what you want, figure out how to get what you want. They say, success leaves clues. You see somebody who has something that you want, Don't think that it's impossible for you when somebody else out there was able to do it. How in the world does that even make sense? How does that make sense? If somebody else was able to do whatever and have whatever, if they can do it, you can do it too. So, what is it? What is it that is like the biggest, most awesomely incredible, magnificent thing that you want? Your biggest goal, what do you want? You need to define that. Get around people who, like I said, they know you're crazy. They love you're crazy. Their eyes light up when you come into the room, kind of crazy. They're like, there he is, there she is, there they are. Woo, this is so awesome. And you can kind of, in that way, you know, when you fall off the horse, you know, you step off the edge of the sidewalk for some people and twist your ankle. Maybe it doesn't take a fall off a horse, but you step off the sidewalk and you mess up your ankle. But they're there to catch you. And they say, you know what? Yeah, this it's painful. It is freaking painful, but you're going to recover. You're going to recover, and put yourself around people who are like, you know what? We're going to be here and we're going to help you recover. We're going to watch you recover. We're going to do what we can to help you recover. And we're going to cheer you on until, you know, and then obviously when they fall off their horse or off the edge of their sidewalk, again, doesn't need to be a big fall, but they fall off of theirs, then you can be there to help them. Okay? Please don't put yourself around people who are going to put you down, who are going to criticize you, who are going to say how stupid your dream is. Well, you can put yourself around them, I guess. Just don't share your dream with them because you don't need that. Okay? But people who are telling you that your dream is foolish or that you can't because of this or that. You're too, let's see, what was it? Things that had stopped me before. Things that had stopped me before was you're not smart enough. Isn't that crazy? You want to know how crazy that is? That I was like, I'm not smart enough? Okay. I thought I was not smart enough, but yet, I mean, to get into like my history just a little bit, to think why I thought that, was that my last real like formal, like here you go passing grades kind of education stopped at 7th grade. Now I did go back to school in 9th grade. I have no idea, to be honest, I have no idea how I got into the 9th grade because, and I'll go through that later on, but I think what happened was that because I was moving around from school to school to school to school to school, was it was like, okay, she's in the next grade, we're waiting for the transcripts. We're waiting for the next grade, she's waiting for the transcripts. And nobody ever got those transcripts. So finally, like my senior year of high school, May 25th of my senior year of high school, graduation was supposed to be on June the 7th or something to that effect. But the counselor called me into the office, the school office, and he was like, we never got your transcripts. And we called the school and they said they never got the transcripts. And then, you know, just, so it looks like your transcripts got lost. So in order for you to graduate high school, you have to go another year and a half. So think about how that felt, first of all, being a senior in high school, you know, just prior to, and people would be like, well, how did you not know? And to be honest, I was my own adult at that time. I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know anything. I was homeless at the time. And normally a parent would be like on the ball of those kind of things, but that wasn't the case. And so anyway, so I ended up going to get my GED, and I had to take a special class to learn the stuff that I had to learn in order to pass my GED. So I passed my GED, and then I went into my EMT 1, or my EMT A, my EMT B, ended up getting my firefighter 1 and 2, getting my paramedics, and then I had my kids. And so everything was like focused on the kids for a little bit. And then I went back to college as an adult and, you know, taking psychology and sociology and philosophy courses and ended up in the honor roll or not the honor roll, the honor society, the honor society for psychology, and the National Honor Society. But yet still, even with those kind of things, I was still like, I'm not smart enough, because that's the story that we tend to tell. And if you're around people who are reinforcing that story for you, it's going to make it tremendously harder for you to move past that. So anybody who was in my lifetime at that time, I had to shove them out. I had to shove them out. And there were people who were just like, who do you think you are? Why do you think that you can do this? And those are not the kind of people that you want around you. You want people to be like, yeah, you could do this, you could do this. I know people who think the things that they would allow to prevent them from succeeding would be like, I'm too young. I'm too young. You're like, are you kidding? You're young. This is a time when you screw up all over the place. Just screw up left and right, because your rebound time is a lot shorter, and to be honest, it's less riskier than when you're an adult person, like an older adult person. And then of course there are people who are saying, I'm too old, which you're never, ever, ever too old to go for your dreams. Never, until you're dead. Once you're dead, it's nope, game over, sorry. And then, but you know what? Hopefully, before then, people can say, you know what? This is the kind of person they were. This is what they desire to do. That's what you want when your time comes. When everybody's out there and they're remembering what they know about you, what you want them to remember is the kind of person that you were, and your spiritual being, having a human experience. So get out there and share your light, share your love, go after your dreams. You've got all this incredible amount of power inside of you, and so many people are just dumbing it down for, excuses, or, because people are telling them bullshit stories and saying, well, I know somebody and it messed them up and blah, blah, blah. You know what? Look out there for the people who are doing it good, doing it right, and get yourself around those people. All right. The video did go a little bit longer than what I had anticipated, but I do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that there was some sort of a tidbit in here that did benefit you in some way, shape, or form. If there's any kind of a takeaway, if you could just put a comment down below, I would really appreciate that. Also, because I am very new at the whole video experience, so yay me for stepping out of my comfort zone. Woo! I'm actually an introvert, believe it or not. But if you have any comments, I would love to read those. I will respond to all the comments that are on the videos. And, if you like the video, just, click the little like button and subscribe if you would like to. Going to try to do a video a week and have some really great information as far as like psychology and sociology, philosophy, mental health, and, success and goal setting, and just a whole bunch of really great stuff that, just a lot of love that we can all use in our lives right now. But I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, a great weekend if it's coming up when you're seeing the video. Do something that just really lights your fire. Set your huge goals, your big, hairy, audacious goals, your BHAG, B-H-A-G, your big, hairy, audacious goals. If you want to share those with me, yeah, put them in the comments. Let me help cheer you on. I would love to be that person that's by your side cheering you on for whatever your goals are. All right. But you guys have a great rest of your day, a great weekend ahead if that's coming up on you, and we will see you next time.